you saw out there, and also obviously the goalie that got called up obviously played exceptional. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I thought that one of the things we talked about prior to the game, we always go over some keys, and just felt that we wanted to go out and compete, and if you got to play the game, you might as well try and win it, and especially with VTech coming up last night to get his first AHL start, we'd probably do a little bit of a disservice to him if we didn't come and compete and play hard for him. And I thought we did that. And the one thing I liked about the team today, I thought we got stronger as the game went on. And it was a shame that he lost his shutout there late, but thought he made some excellent saves and gave us a chance. And as a coach, that's all you can ask for is your goaltender giving you the opportunity to win the hockey game. And he did that, and it was great to see.
Now that you've seen him once in person, you've probably seen him before, but the scouting report on him, based on his strength, what you really like about his game, his strengths?
Well, I'm certainly not a goaltending expert, but I do know that he looks very quick, very under control, and Scott Murray has done a tremendous job with him over here this year. And there was a plan put in place for him last summer that he was going to come over to North America and go down to South Carolina, learn the English language, and get his first year under the belt. And, he had Rookie of the Year, or Rookie of the Month a couple times, and, he had just had an outstanding season down there. So, without injuries, you can't force injuries. So there just wasn't very many opportunities over the course of the season with us having two veteran goalies to give him a look. But just the way things transpired yesterday and last night, we thought it was a great opportunity to fly him in, and did a great job.
Maybe it's not right to judge the power play on tonight's game because you didn't have Chris Bourque out there. But what did you think about that? Particularly last night when the crowd's yelling for you to shoot it, but you don't. What is the mindset there when you don't shoot it when it looks like there's an opportunity?
Well, I think that there's always, there's a plan in place in everything we do, but we've got our set. Both power play units have got their the spots where they need to go to, and we're the ones that are breaking down the video, and we know where the openings are. And obviously, there's opportunities at times that the shot needs to be taken, and it's not. And sometimes you need to pass and you shoot, and that happened today. I thought that the one power play Campers unit came out, and they finally got the zone and got established, and Bowie, to me, should have held on to it and kind of reset so we could get some more zone time. And he threw it on net, and Ryan Bourque got an opportunity as a rebound. But that's just, for example, one instance where I felt from the bench that he should have hung on to it. So, it's easier. It's easier for everybody, myself included, to critique it. But they're the guys that are on the ice, and they got to make the reads. And I thought the movement, not every power play was good tonight, but there were some key moments during the course of some power plays tonight where I liked the movement a lot.
How about your thoughts on Vrana's night overall? He was kind of the quarterback there on the point with Bourque out. He scored the goal. He also, I think, had a giveaway that led to the breakaway that the goalie stopped. And then he had the hustle play, I think, that broke up. It looked like a great scoring chance by Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Yeah, the power play, and actually we had just switched up last second because there was a face-off on the left side, and Stevenson is our best draw man. So we put Stevenson out there. So it kind of changed the dynamic of how that power play was supposed to be set. So it ended up Vrana was on the point, and we were able to spread them out. And he's got, as you can see with that shot, an excellent one-timer. And when he gets it in the wheelhouse there, it's tough to stop. So that was great to see. And probably like to have that one pass back, but on the other one where he actually created the 5-on-3, I thought he was, that was a great back check there, and then he got the 5-on-3. Unfortunately, we just didn't execute. We spent enough time during the resurfacing of the ice going over what we wanted, but it certainly didn't come to execution. That's for sure.
Can you assess the potential matchup here with Portland? You've seen them, if I recall correctly, in November and December and beat them all 4 times?
Well, and actually, we lost both games in Portland or in October 17th, 18th, which was our 2 road trips, and then we swept them at home right before Thanksgiving. And this is an interesting matchup because we haven't seen them since November, and a lot happens in the American League over the course of the season. So, I really can't tell you much about them right now because there's just one team, except for staring at them in the standings and see where they're going to finish over the course of the last half of the year. We need to actually start dissecting him pretty quickly here over the next 3-4 days until we start there Friday to see what they're all about. And and then we'll have a better read on them. And it'll probably be a feeling out process that first game as well. And unfortunately, in a best of 5, there's not, you can't feel out too much. In best of 7, if you don't see each other for 4 or 5 months, there's a little bit more time to kind of reassess what's going on throughout the course of the game. But with a best of 5, it's it's game on right off the hop.
If you guys would open on the road against Portland, if you would, are you prepared for that? Is that unusual considering you guys actually have home ice? Is there anything you can say about that if it would happen that way?
Well, it's a 9-hour drive to Portland, so I'm assuming once that schedule comes out tonight, it's going to be probably a 2-3. I just can't see it being a 2-2-1 just because of the travel. So, it's I don't know. I don't make those decisions. I think the best of 7, 4 rounds of best of 7 is the way to go, and certainly we get that extra game if needed. But it's never easy to go on the road. And start on the road, especially when you have 98 points. But unfortunately, I don't make those decisions, and you just got to roll with it and hope for the best.
Bergdorfer, I think, got shaken up a little bit. I think he tried to block a shot, maybe. I don't think he finished the game. Is there anything you can share with us about kind of how he's doing?
Well, he's got an ice pack on his knee and an ice pack on his ankle right now. But, Bergie's been such a big, vital part of this team the last 2 years, and just a mainstay on the penalty kill and not afraid to block a shot. And, that's the kind of team we have, really, that in a really nothing game that, they're really fighting for VTech there towards that third period in that last penalty kill. And he takes it in the foot there. And we just felt went off, and let's keep him off for the rest of the game there.
Of things, how nice is it to get a win going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's like anything, as I said to the guys before, 98 points is better than 96, so why not go out, put an effort forward, and come out with the 2 points. Now, if we didn't win it, is it a big deal in the grand scheme of things? No, but I think that 43 wins and 98 points is a heck of a year, and it's always nice to go on a winning streak. And look at Providence; I think they've won 5 or 6 in a row going into the playoffs. So it's always nice to feel good. And unlike last year, where we played really the last 2 weeks of the year, just kind of getting through it to get into that first round, this year we had meaningful games right down to the end, and it was good to see the guys come out and put the effort today.
One more from me.
Sure.
So you talked about meaningful games late. You've talked about the fact that you're a young team, and in this game, you had a young goalie play great. You had Verana score the power play goal, and in the shootout, you had Juice and Barber score the goal. So what do you think it says kind of about the youth that you have and the impact it's had on the team and making really big contributions?
Well, I think I've said this a couple of times here recently, is I believe that the young guys drive the bus of the team, and the engine is the young guys right now, and certainly we've got some key guys, from the Stantons, the Borgs, and the Sills of the world that are kind of the core leadership group that have done a nice job as well. But if you go back in history of the Calder Cup, it's the young teams that come through and end up winning the Calder Cup, and next thing you know, 8 or 9 of those guys are playing in the NHL, and it's no different from our 2009-10. I still believe there's 8 or 9 guys, not all in Washington now. There's a few guys like the Perreaults of the world sprinkled with other teams, but you just go through the Binghamtons of the world when they won it, and Tampa Bay. All their young players are in the NHL now, so we have a nice young crop of guys, and I wish I could predict how it's going to go in playoffs and how they're going to deal with the pressure, but we're going to find out pretty quick here. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for everything.